You can't say that.
I think you may not know what the boom boom room is. And I'm like, I don't know what the boom boom room is. What are you talking about? It was in Uncle Drew. Like the boom boom room was like where it goes down.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, these new kids and changed it to something that I had no idea.
Welcome back to Unapologetically Angel by Prizepicks. We have a very, very, very special guest today. As always, the OG, the beauty standard, and when it comes to fashion and basketball, the one that really started it for me to want to do both. WNBA champ, Olympian, MVP, All-Star. I can keep going, but the Lisa Leslie.
Oh my God, Angel, thanks for having me.
I love it. Thank you for coming.
Before you start on your questions, can I just say how proud I am of you?
Thank you.
I really, really feel so blessed to see all the things that are happening for you in your life.
Thank you.
Like, it's such a blessing. I'm so happy for you. I feel like you like me 10.0. Like,
I know. It's like you're my second mom.
Man, you're so amazing. So thank you for having me. And yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. When was the first time we met? She already trying to get into it. What was the first time we met? When did we meet?
Final Four.
Final Four.
First
Final
Final
the first
Four.
time?
Before you won the championship.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever met you. I
can't
saw
even
you
remember.
before. I saw you play before, like on television. But the first time I met you, yes, I came to the back.
Oh,
for
yes,
We Need to
yes. I do
Talk.
remember. Okay, now I remember because I remember you told me I had my hair down. You was like, you going to tie your hair up this game?
Girl,
Like,
I was like, put your hair in a bun and kick some butt tomorrow. I remember you
I
were like,
remember that. I was like, not
no,
today.
not today. But you know what? I'm glad you didn't because you was fire. You look so fly out there.
Thank
Like
you.
lashes, makeup, hair is down, and you was falling.
We got it from you. I mean, I feel like just growing up, like, were you always into like being a girly girl? And when it came to basketball, was basketball your first thing?
Actually, it was in terms of sports, organized sports. I think I was into fashion, but I didn't really have like money to be into fashion.
Yeah.
So I used to wear like men's blazers and get them tailored.
We gotta go see these pictures.
Yes,
We gotta
white
pull 'em
V-neck
up.
shirts. Like my pants was all tapered. I think fashion is just sort of, it's not really about money, but it's about style. I think I always just had style. And
Yeah.
because I was so different, I'm like, they're going to talk about me anyway.
Period.
So I might as well try to look good while doing it. But also, I think I got really into fashion because I started playing basketball with boys. And I think just being out there, I was worried that they were going to think there was 10 boys on the floor. And that was my other thing. So I'm like, I can change my shoestrings to pink.
Period.
So I used to wear pink shoestrings in my sneakers, and I would put on ribbons because the volleyball girls used to wear ribbons. And I thought the volleyball girls were like, they're so feminine and their hair is done and they have on ribbons, but they don't have to make contact, right? So my thing was always like, I could start out with my nails polished. I could have on lipstick.
Yes.
I can have
was
I can have my
poppin'.
shoestrings, like different colors in my ribbons. Now, what I'm gonna look like once it's all said and done, I can't control that. But how I start, I always felt like that's the part that I can
Yes.
control. I wish I would have thought about lashes though. What was I thinking?
You were fine without lashes. Did you ever feel like you were critiqued for like being like the girly girl and people didn't take you serious? Like they were like, okay, she only wants to be cute on the court. Like she doesn't want to take basketball serious.
100%, all the time. And mostly when I think about it, it was the players. The players talked about my
Really?
shorts being too short all the
Really?
time. Why your shorts got to be way up there? I'm like, cause they up here.
Yeah, period.
Why? Why you got to be asking me? Do
Exactly.
you? I don't question when players do themselves.
Yeah.
Like if you wear baggy clothes and baggy uniform, whatever your style is, do you. But
Right.
why you got to hate on how I represent myself?
Right.
So I used to hear that all the time. Also, like, where are you going? Like, why am I always dressed?
Dressed.
And I'm like, I like the dichotomy of like dressing up and then changing to go play basketball
Right.
or playing basketball and then putting on a cute outfit afterwards.
Exactly.
Worry about your own business. Don't worry about where I'm going. We ain't going to the same spot. I bet you that.
We not.
So I used to just be talking trash to my own teammates.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't understand why you like.
Was worried about
I'm
me.
I'm very confident in who I am
Yeah.
and whose I am. And I never felt any kind of way about my decisions because that was who I am. And I wasn't mimicking. No one had come before me in that way.
Right.
But yeah, I'm good.
Did you have an inspiration that somebody or like anybody in your family or somebody that was like was really inspiring to you, like growing up?
Yes. So my mom was like, she was 6'2". My mom was bomb. Like my mom was
Period.
beautiful. Hair, face. No, I'm just kidding. Like my mom was so cute. And I felt like looking at my mother, and I'm sure you feel this way. When you look at your mom, like your mom is fine. You know what I mean? And it's like when you look at your mom that's beautiful, I'm like, I'm on track.
Yeah.
Like, I want to look like my mom. And then I have an aunt. My Aunt Judy was like, fly. Like she give you Rihanna vibes in a very beautiful way.
Yeah.
Like her style was just, she was so fashionable, had so much style. And I was like, but my aunt, like she didn't wear jeans. She only wore heels. She wore dresses. She was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think seeing her, that was another inspiration to me from a fashion standpoint. Like, yeah, my aunts all have on, they got on lipstick.
Yes.
They have nails. They are dressed beautifully. Like my aunt, I don't think I ever seen my aunt in like a sweatpants or tights. Girl, never. So I grew up around women. There's 25 women in my family, cousins, aunts, and 3 men. You don't have no time for no friends. We don't got time for nobody talking. Like, I don't care what you got to say, because my family, like I ride for them and they ride for me. And it's so many women that it really doesn't matter what some girl would have to say.
Yeah.
Even if it's my teammate.
How was it growing up in California?
Listen, Compton was amazing. I'm from Compton, California, which is considered the inner city. Maybe if you saw the movie Straight Outta Compton, you know what it's like.
Compton.
Compton is Compton. But I feel like Compton taught me how to, I can be in situations where I don't have, where it's like we talking about ramen and pork and beans situation, you know what I mean? Or lights on, lights off, whatever. But also being in Hollywood, you're around celebrities quite a bit. So I have a lot of celebrity friends, and I feel like I can be in the highs of high places or the lows of lows, and I'm good. Like if we could eat in a hole in the wall, get some chicken and some, you know what I mean? Like chicken and fries.
Yeah.
If it's just a hole in the wall, or we could be at the fanciest of restaurants, on the beach.
Yeah.
Or in Europe.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what Compton taught me. Like I can get along and survive anywhere in the world.
Did you think basketball was going to be the way out for you?
Not initially. I didn't start playing basketball till I was in the 7th grade.
Really?
So before that, I just jumped double dutch, and I was in cheerleading. I was a drill team. I never thought about basketball or sports. In fact, people would always ask my mom, like, she's so tall, did she play basketball? And I'm like, no, why would you ever assume that I play basketball?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't understand the association of sports and being tall.
Yeah.
But when you're young, you don't understand.
You don't
I was
know.
like 6 foot in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
Were you tall?
No, well, I didn't get my growth spurt until I was tall in 5th and 6th grade, but like high school is kind of when I got it.
When
like,
you got taller?
Yeah,
Oh,
9th grade when I got tall. Like,
I was 6'4" in the 9th grade.
really?
Yeah. So I've been tall like all of my life. And people asking me about sports, I just couldn't understand why they kept asking. But when I started in the 7th grade, I think the idea of just being competitive, I've always been a very competitive person. And the idea that you get to win a trophy.
Yeah.
So I didn't know anything else. I started out left-handed the very first day. I am a left-handed. I write with my left hand. I play tennis with my left hand. But when I was in line to play basketball, all the girls were right-handed. Why the coach said everybody who's right-handed get on the right side, I don't know. But I was the only girl standing all the way over there on the left side. And I'm like, tomorrow I'm gonna be right-handed. So I can get in line with all the rest of the girls, you know? And I think when you're young and you just stand out and you're so different, I don't know, like the world is not really that kind about you being different in any way.
Yeah.
I don't know why. What's
I
up
know.
with the world? I don't know.
You remember, like when you were, I remember when I was like tall growing up and all the boys be like, oh, like who was the tall girl? But now they like,
yeah. Holla back.
Well, at 14, you received over 100 college offers. Were you overwhelmed? What was your first feeling about that?
You know what? I think when you're from the inner city and you really don't understand like the magnitude of what that means, I don't think I really understood what that meant.
Right.
Clearly I didn't, because I put my younger sister Tiffany in charge of answering the phone, because back then they just called on your house phone. So the house phone was ringing, and there wasn't any rules about like the hours they could call or how often.
Right.
So the phone literally rang all day. To this day, I'm not a phone person because of that experience. The phone ringing all day and just holding the phone like, hello. And you're just talking to adults, really.
I know.
Like, you're a kid talking to grown men and women who are head coaches of all of the colleges around the country. It's just weird, I think. So for me, I was just really like overwhelmed with the idea of sitting on the phone, talking to them and trying to get to know them, which helped me really, I think, narrow down my schools pretty fast.
You're over it.
Yeah, I got over it fast.
Same.
And I didn't give myself a chance probably to visit more schools.
Yeah.
But I did narrow it down pretty fast.
What was it about USC?
Huh?
What was it about USC?
Well, the last two schools it came down to was Stanford and USC.
Okay.
And I think the idea that when you live in a city, you're in a bubble, right? So in LA, like USC and UCLA are the two biggest schools
right.
there. So that's kind of what you see and hear about on local news all the time.
Right.
So you don't really get a good understanding of like colleges across the nation and how they really, the way we do now.
Yeah.
But then it was sort of like, I think the lack of education, I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think sometimes even your family having a lack of education, understanding like, girl, get out of LA and go to an Ivy League school or go to, a school that is more prestigious. Is probably, when I look back, would have made sense.
Yeah.
But USC being a private university, I'm very thankful for that experience because my family got a chance to come and watch me.
Yes.
I'm very family oriented. I tell you, so many girls. My cousins were there, my aunts and uncles, and that was really a beautiful experience, my grandma. So having my family there was great. Now, trying to turn around a program from like last to first,
it was tough.
God, that's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of Juju Watkins
Yes.
for pretty much doing the exact same thing.
Exactly.
Like, it is not easy to go to a program that is in last place or second to last place, and you're coming with this big name, and then you're hoping that you can draw other athletes to come in. It took a lot.
Yeah. Well, you started that. I mean, even shout out to Juju being able to still reel in people and doing it, but it started with you being able to see where USC is now. Like, nobody thought like going to USC was like a thing. Like,
Right.
Everybody wanted to go to UConn. Everybody wanted to go to Notre Dame. But like now, like USC is something like people want to go to USC.
Well, before then, it was Tennessee.
Tennessee
was
too.
the
Yep.
top school with Pat Summitt.
Yes.
It was one of my finalists. Final choices was Tennessee, USC, Stanford, Notre Dame, actually. Muffet McGraw was the coach
Yes,
there.
I remember Muffet.
So it's just interesting when you look back, I think, on that perspective of like choosing a school for basketball. God makes no mistakes. And I love SC. Fight on to all the Trojans. I'm really happy about where the program is now. But there's some things that they could definitely do better when it comes to alumni and bringing people together that I wish we had more of a storied program that way.
Got you. The Unapologetically Angel Show is sponsored by Prizepicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 10 million active members. The big game was epic, but now back to the thick of basketball season. And it's now or never to get in on the fun at Prizepicks.
All-Star Weekend is almost here, and Prizepicks is the best place to win cash while watching your favorite players during the game and the Saturday night events like the three-point contest. Think Steph Curry will get more than 5 three-pointers next week? Giannis for more than 35 points? Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this basketball season when you and your crew run your game on Prizepicks. Prizepicks is the best way to win real money this basketball season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn up your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prizepicks. Prizepicks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Have I mentioned Prizepicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When your picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. That's right, as quick as 15 minutes. Prizepicks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Prizepicks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday, each Tuesday. Prizepicks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. Download the Prizepicks app today and use code ANGEL, ANGEL, and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code ANGEL on Prizepicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prizepicks, run your game.
This show is sponsored by ZipRecruiter.
According to research, employers face a big pressure to hire quickly, and it's time-consuming to search for great candidates and sort through applications. I know the struggle finding the right roles for building out this podcast team. Well, if you're an employer who can relate, I have one question for you. Have you tried ZipRecruiter? ZipRecruiter has figured out how to solve this very problem. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free, ziprecruiter.com/angel.
ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology works fast to find top talent, so you don't waste time or money. We work smart over here, and we love to secure that bag.
You can invite top candidates for your job to apply, to encourage them to apply sooner.
So relax, employers, and let ZipRecruiter speed up your hiring. See for yourself. Just go to ziprecruiter.com/angel right now to try it for free. That's the same price as a genuine smile from a stranger, a picture-perfect sunset, or a cute dog running up to you and licking your hand. I love puppies.
Again, that's ziprecruiter.com/angel. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And when you were 14, I heard that you were dunking. Is that true?
I did dunk, but you know what? I learned that I could dunk during track practice. It rained one day and we went indoors, and I used to do the high jump, the long jump, and the triple jump. And I used to just do track because I was trying to, for basketball, right? They say like running, it's important. I tried running, girl. Ooh, Lord, that 400 was no joke.
No.
I'm like, first of all, they tried to get me to do a hurdle. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. These legs are not going over no hurdles. Then I tried the 400. I almost died because I ran good, but somewhere along the line, I lost sight of like where the rope was. Like, the ribbon. It was a ribbon, and then they put a red ribbon, which kids can't see the red ribbon, okay? So after a while, I just threw my hands up like, where's the ribbon at? And then the ribbon was like right there, but I didn't see it. So I stopped, and then the girls like went past me, and I was like,
I'm done with this.
That
happened to me.
It's crazy.
Yeah, track is a lot. Like running, I'll be like, people run for their sport. I'm like, I hate running.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear myself breathing, and the idea that I'm racing myself. Give me a ball any day, I could go racing. So anyway, track and field was like not for me, but I did do the jumps.
Yeah.
So the high jump, long jump, and the triple jump is how I ended up in the gymnasium on a rainy day. My coach was giving me my approach for my high jump and long jump. I was doing my little stuff. So anyway, I just ran, and after I finished it, I just grabbed the rim. So he was like, did you just touch the rim? And I was like, oh yeah, I was just doing the end of my jump. So he was like, look, wait a minute. So he got a tennis ball, and he was like, do your jump, do your thing, but when you get to the end, like dunk this ball in it. So I just dunked it in there. They got a tennis ball, volleyball, then a basketball. That's how I found out I could dunk. I really had no idea that I could dunk a basketball. And then they were like, okay, now you got to dunk. So I used to dunk all the time. Like,
Really?
Everybody in my high school has seen me dunk 100 times. Like, I dunked every rally. We got like, do you guys do that? Pep rallies still? Okay.
No, we do that.
Pep rallies, right? So a pep rally, you come out, your basketball team come out, then I get in line with the boys team, and I would dunk.
Yeah.
I've dunked in summer league basketball games. I would dunk in practice all the time, and then it just never really occurred to me that I don't dunk in the game. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to dunk. I wrote it down for the first time on my goal sheet. I think that was 2002.
I was born then.
You was born? Did you see my dunk?
No.
Listen, I feel bad because they talk about Cheryl Miller. Like, Cheryl Miller was in LA all the time. I had never seen her, never heard of her. Really? I was in Compton in my own world. So I get it. Like, you can grow up and just really never see other people play sports. Now with social media, nobody has an excuse.
Yeah.
Good job over there. Nobody has an excuse. But back then, you didn't see women basketball players, and I had no idea who Cheryl Miller was.
Yeah.
And she was right up the street, winning championships, and I've never seen it.
So you don't agree, which I don't agree with the argument that they need to lower the rims for women to dunk. Like that right there?
Never.
Yeah.
Never. That's just so obsolete. It's just not. It's,
I don't
it's
like
dumb.
people
But they've
say
been saying
that.
that forever.
Yeah.
They just lower the rims.
They-
Plus, they want us to play in tights. That used to be
I'm
the thing
like,
when I was younger.
really? They said that when
they
you were
wanted
young
to
too?
change our uniform. Like, talking about women, we don't have enough sex appeal in our clothes being so big. Keep in mind, I was the only one with short shorts. Trust me. All the other shorts were really
But
down
now they're
here.
saying it's too much sex appeal. So
I don't care.
they be hating.
Do you, be sexy. I think, hey, listen, you're young. If we had the social media back when I was young,
What was you been doing?
child, I'm like, and so we creep. Hey, girl, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with social media. Because it's crazy. You have to be careful.
If you were in college though, and you were a part of like the NIOs, do you miss that? Like being able to have it?
Come on, Angel girl. I would have had lipstick. I would have had toothpaste. Come on. I would have had makeup. I would have had hair products, nail polish, everything, clothes, shoes. Like, I just feel like it's such a great opportunity. And that's why I feel proud. That's why I'm so supportive of all of the women in women's basketball, because it's not that we didn't have the product as far as how we played.
Yeah, because y'all
like
had
our
it.
games was,
It was
fire.
there.
But we didn't have the attention that we deserve. We didn't have, and I can't speak for myself. I'm really speaking on the masses. I actually had many endorsements, which I'm very thankful for, from Sears to American Express. Like our day one sponsors, I've had a lot of the sponsorship. So I always attributed that, though, to how I treat people.
Yes.
And I think that goes a long way, like how you treat people, how you make people feel, how you network, how you communicate, how you show up. Those were things that I was very advanced, I think, before my time in that way, and how you communicate.
Yeah.
And so I participated and communicated with David Stern, late great David Stern, with Val Ackerman, very early, our president, and flying myself there to New York to be available for things and like our collective bargaining agreements and making sure that we would have a league. So there was a lot of things that, I chose to do along with other women of the WNBA that really helped me reap a lot of the benefits.
Yeah.
So again, I did get quite a bit of endorsements, probably, out of the gate, but I think that had a lot to do with how I carried myself.
Yes.
How I played.
Yeah.
Maybe how I looked sometimes. But I feel like as a Black woman also, it's very challenging.
Yeah.
To make people see the beauty in us.
Yes.
That part is probably the most challenging.
Yeah.
Because when you start to look at deals and people's endorsements and what they get, it's like, who are the people getting that? Is it the players that are most deserving? And that's across the board, not just basketball, but just sports in general.
Yeah. Being able to see where the league is today, are you proud of the attention that the league is getting, and just how do you feel about it?
I feel very proud. I'm so happy. I'm supportive. I'm excited. But I've never been a hater kind of person.
Right.
Even
You've been really
when
supportive,
I played,
yeah.
I wasn't that kind of person. I don't have that kind of vibe and energy.
Right.
And I think it's because I feel like we're so blessed, and nobody can block your blessing.
Yeah.
Nobody. What's for you is for you. And I feel like what's for me is for me.
Yeah.
That's always been the way I've thought. I mean, my college teammates will, they be like, well, what's for you is for you. I was like, hey, don't get mad at me. But I think also it's a spiritual thing that to be supportive of women is all that I know. There's 25 women in my family alone. And so I have many cousins. We all have like birth buddies. We've all grown up together. I mean, we took baths, showers. Like, you don't have a choice but to be supportive. We've always left the house like, you all come back together. We all protect one another. So that's the only thing that I know as a woman. And so, with the sisterhood is really real. And I think I carried that over even as a teammate. As a teammate, it's like, we may not be the best of friends or hang out. You might not come to my house.
Right.
That may be true. But as a teammate, I'm always there for you. I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to literally fight for you. Like in the game, like I'm going to protect you and support you. And I think those are things and qualities that I love about myself. That's really important to share, now looking at you guys, to be able to support you guys genuinely and be there That means the world to me. To help you,
Yes.
that means the world to me.
Yeah, and it's been super genuine. I remember us kind of having the conversation when I don't think anybody knew I was entering the draft, but I remember you called me and were like, you are ready for the WNBA. Like, no matter what anybody tells you, like, you will play in the WNBA and you'll succeed. No matter what, the skill, like, everything would transpire, everything would transition over. And, like, you always instilled that confidence into me, regardless of, like, you didn't have to do that. Like, a lot of people don't have to do that. And I didn't have, like, a lot of pros to look up to or have in my corner. And, like, you were somebody that was super special to me.
Thank you. And I didn't mean that. I meant that when I called you. I'm like, give me her number. Let me figure out, because I don't like that that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Like, social media is a beast.
Oh my God.
For as great as it is, it's also hard and harmful.
Yes.
So I think you need real voices that support you and say, hey, you're going to be amazing. Like, I see it. The way that you rebound alone, that is amazing. Like, what you do, your knack to move for that ball consistently, like that 4 and 5 offensive rebounds. I'm like, I don't know what the scouts were looking at. I really don't. But following the 7, God has a plan, and it is what it is. And you ended up Chicago, but I'm just telling you,
going into season,
you were ready.
Thank you. Going into my season 2, what's some advice that you would give for me?
Season 2, I can't wait to work with you some more. The biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups, period. Like, we're going to fix that.
Yeah.
That's fixable for you. And I think that's probably the biggest. I think your shot from the outside is improving. I love that your ball handling is good. Your defense is improved. Like, the fact that you be snatching that ball from them girls, I'll be cracking up like, oh, she got another one. Like, I love the fact that you are, like, putting so much pressure on them defensively, and just the idea that you want to get better. Like, I love that. And again, I didn't know you well, just talking to you and just giving you, like, some love, but then hearing you, like, yes, I want to learn, I want to work hard, I want to be better. Like, that is just, like, my heart melted, because I'm like, wow, it could be just like, okay, come in here. Maybe she's serious, maybe she's not. But for me to hear from you and see that you're like, yes, I want you to work with me. Like, I want you to help me. I want to get better. That's what it's about. The fact that you already have that attitude, you're going to get better. And I can help you get better. I'm positive.
Thank you.
Serious.
Well, we're here today for a really special reason. We thanks to McDonald's, our friends at McDonald's, to announce my very own meal, Angel Reese Special.
Let me pick it up for y'all.
Period. One of my very first personal achievements that I wanted to do, and of course, wanted to have you involved. Obviously,
your goal list be amazing.
I had to pick you because you're the OG. I mean, I wouldn't be here without you, and giving you my flowers, giving you your flowers, and everything that you've done for me outside, on the court, and off the court. Of course, I had to invite you, and the influence of Black women in sports, like.
I had to call you too. I was like, Angel, thank you for choosing me.
Of course.
Because that is an option that you have, and you didn't have to do that. And that's
you were the first one I called. I was like, Lisa Leslie?
That's a blessing.
Like, I want all women. I want Lisa Leslie here. She's OG.
It's a blessing. Listen, I'm like, seriously. Because usually the younger generation, y'all be like, people forget.
We don't forget about y'all.
People forget though.
No, I would never, because I don't want nobody to forget about us. Me, hopefully when I'm older and I'm done, my shoes are hung up. Hopefully, like, they don't forget about me.
But then you got to give back.
I know. Got to give back.
You got to
give back. Do everything that you're doing.
It's going to be somebody young like you who's like, girl, Angel Reese. Yeah.
What was your reaction when you got the call?
Me? I was like, oh my God, what a blessing. Yeah. No, but I'm like, I need to call Angel because it's only because she had to say she chose me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's why I called you, because it's a blessing. It's to do what I've done. I did it. And it's like when you win a championship, people are always like, okay, you got to win another one. Or what have you done for me lately? Like, even when we won the championship, the night you celebrating, people are talking about, okay, y'all gonna win again. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you've been there where it's just about that repeat, right? Yeah. So it's like every year that you accomplish some amazing goal, it's still like, what is next? Yeah. And for me to still get phone calls to work, to speak, I do public speaking quite a bit. For me to get calls to do commercials or movies, I'm just thankful. I really am. And I really feel like it goes back to how you treat people.
Yes.
Like that there's so much value in that, you know, and I try to explain that even to my own children, like how you treat people, how you greet people, how you speak to people. I treat the president, you know, that was the president of the LA Sparks, and the manager, the team manager, the person who washed our uniforms every day, the same.
Yes.
Like, those are human beings, you know what I mean? And so I love that. I love that about myself, to be really honest, because I know that that's authentic to who I am and who my mom has taught me to be. And I love that it's opened so many doors for me. And then I try to, when the doors open, pull people through.
Yes.
And so the fact that you call me, that just means so much.
Yeah, it's so important putting people on and involving, like Black women involving and being the face and the first of everything, because you've been the first of so many things and just being able to have you a part of that. What do you think about the new wave of brand partnerships, and what would you pitch out to like brands like, Black women are supposed to be here. Like, we're in charge, like pulling people through, putting people on, because I'm huge on like putting people on, pulling people together. Like, this opportunity can bring you something else. This could bring, obviously we have Stewie here, we have Stewie on there, we have Lotto on there. So just being able to pull as many people we can. How do you feel about it?
I love it. I think collaboration is so important, especially for our community.
Yes.
And if we don't understand the importance of collaborations and working together and helping each other out, what are we doing? Because when other cultures and people do that, that's just the norm for them. But for us, we get to a place where it's like, we don't know who we can trust. You know, we get to these types of, I think, old school stereotypes where that's old, that's in the past. We have to learn to be more supportive of each other more now than ever before.
Yes.
And I think the fact that we have those opportunities, that's why I have my real estate company, Blackwood Real Estate, because it's been about helping other athletes and entertainers buying their first homes or their second homes, or being able to invest their money and having those opportunities to educate other athletes. It's been a highlight for me. Because I think sometimes we are really the first generation of millionaires, right? And when you look at our family history, we know that we are the first to earn this amount of money, right? But now, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to create generational wealth?
Right.
And that's not just going to be on, you know, purchasing one thing or jewelry or bags or things that we love. Don't get me wrong, because that's what we like. But for the long haul, we have to invest. And investing in each other is the way to go. Building businesses together is the way to go. And that's what it means to, I think, really impact our community and giving back.
I mean, you've been a role model to many of us. What is some advice you would give to a young girl coming up that will want to be a first and have their own special and being able to be a front face first for McDonald's or another brand?
My advice usually is pretty much the same for anything that people want to be. Number one, pray. I'm a very prayerful person. I'm a very spiritual person. So I keep God first in my life, and I share that. I think it's just been easier for mental health to be prayerful. For me, really works. Having that certain mindset and having a place to go. I think the second thing is to be a goal setter has worked so well for me. Writing down your short-term goals or goals you want to achieve within 1 year, and then writing down long-term goals, which are goals you want to achieve within 5 years. And by writing those goals down, you talk about goals all the time. Because you have goals, hopefully if you have them written out, they become tangible because you put them out into the universe. You see them visibly, right? So then it comes down to when you see these goals, now you know what sacrifices you need to make. In order for me to reach the goals I did in basketball, I made sacrifices. I couldn't hang out with my cousins going to the mall. They was going to the mall. When I tell you they was hanging out, and I was going to the gym. I remember this one day, my aunt would have, so our hairdresser used to come to our house to do our hair. So I got my hair pressed and curled first before my cousin. And I went with my boy cousin, which I have one boy cousin, to the park, and I played ball. Now, you already know what a press and curl. You are not about to go play that ball. Girl, when I came back and my hair was wet and it was slick around, and my aunt was like, what in the hell? And she's like, you're going to tell me right now, either you're going to be cute or you're going to play basketball. And I'm like, well, I want to do both. Why do I have to choose one or the other? But I remembered that thought in my head was just like the idea that I wanted to play basketball, but I also wanted to look cute. So my sacrifice was that Because I wanted to get my hair done, but I also wanted to be cute.
Cute.
But we got to make sacrifices. That was the cue. Thank you.
And
I lost my focus because I really thought about that story. Like, dang, I jacked my hair out that day. It was fresh, cute too. I had a nice, cool little cut. Girl, I came back. My auntie was like, I'll be doing
as a black girl, it's hard being able to keep a
It's
hairstyle.
rough.
Yeah, it's
That's probably the
hard.
hardest thing. I'd be like, Laura, you didn't give us a skin be popping.
Skin flawless, teeth
Oh my
shining, but the
God.
hair, like, come on.
Your hair be just be like, girl. I went back into braids 2 days ago because I said I
them.
can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't do the heat.
Yes, it's a lot.
It's a lot. The heat. My hair is thick. It's just too much.
Any young black girl that's looking at this in our campaign in the commercial, what would you want them to see and say and think about their dreams for one day to come true?
I love that they have role models. I think role models are so important. When you see people who look like you, then you feel like it's something that you can achieve.
Yes.
And I think that's really important. And again, McDonald's has probably been in our lives, all of our lives.
All of our lives.
Since we were
kids.
Like,
your mama said, you got that? You got McDonald's money?
you got McDonald's money, girl. You know, but see, it's different now because when I was little, McDonald's was like, my mom, if she came, one time she came to the school, girl, and she brought McDonald's. Like if somebody bring you McDonald's to school.
Oh yeah, you was popping.
You was popping.
You was that girl.
When I tell you I had a McDonald's Happy Meal brought to school, I don't know why, what was going on, but McDonald's at school was like, oh, girl, everybody want to be you. Like everybody want to be you.
Gosh.
So I feel like you are being really blessed to have a meal named after you. Plus, it's like a bomb meal too.
It's
like
fire.
you ain't just like chicken nuggets. Like
Nah.
you got a good.
Make sure y'all check that QPC out.
QPC out,
Bold
right?
barbecue sauce, bacon. Make sure y'all check
Yeah.
it out. McDonald's, February 10th. Angel Reese special with the high C. We love a high C.
Let's go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ching.
Yeah, make sure y'all check that out.
That's crazy that we like the same drink.
I know. I love a good high C.
Really banger.
You were a part of the league, the first start of the league. What was it like to be OG? How does it feel to be an OG now? Like we look at you like you OG.
I think when the league first started, we didn't really have an understanding of like what was happening.
Okay.
I didn't. Like I thought it was going to be like a basic summer league. I thought it was going to be reversible jerseys. I wasn't sure where we were going to play. Like when they said that we were at the Los Angeles, like the Forum, like the Inglewood Forum is like nostalgic. The
Yeah.
Lakers play there. Like my lockers was the same locker room as the Lakers.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready. I really wasn't. Like I didn't understand the magnitude of it. Like we had so many celebrities there that I
Really?
felt like my game wasn't quite, because I had played in the Olympics, won a gold medal,
You done done it all.
signed a modeling contract,
Period.
moved to New York. I was with Wilhelmina Models doing my thing in New York. Like I was like little cigar parties and stuff. Like girl, it's so many pictures out there.
Living your life.
I was doing so
You
much
was
stuff.
outside.
I was outside. So when they said the WNBA in the summer, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll be back in LA then. I had not picked up a ball, a weight. I'm trying to be like thin. You know what I mean? Like I usually weigh about 183 when the season starts. That's me thick. That's me like I'm thick.
Right.
By the time the season is over, I'm down to like 171 and it's looking real like I'm like a size 4 or 5. So for me to be like modeling and then come back to LA and say you playing basketball, girl, I wasn't ready. I was out there running on fumes and like, what in the heck? I'm serious. I missed a dunk in the opening game. Like it was so many things that was in my head where I'm like, girlfriend, this is for real. And you're going to have to push through this season and then you're going to have to reset and like get in the weight room. Like, I mean, I won MVP.
Yeah.
I think the first All-Star game, like it was so many different things that happened. I think the first All-Star game was like 99.
Then
I
you
won
waiting for
MVP.
championship.
And then I was better. I was better.
When you waiting for a championship, how was that feeling?
The first championship was really hard to win. I mean, Houston came out the blocks. They had 5, 6 Olympians.
Yeah.
They was stacked.
Yeah.
And it was hard to build. Again, out here I am rebuilding a team. It was tough trying to like rebuild, to build a team that's a championship caliber team.
Right.
When you really only have one player who's ever won a championship on the team. Like that's hard. It took us a lot of time. We had a young team, but I was really happy with our team. Tamika Dixon was amazing. Mawadi Mabika. Then we got Nikki Teasley, Delisha Milton. Like, we had a nice squad. And we went through growing pains and losing together to where everybody really worked on their game and their craft. And we got a good understanding. Like, get the ball inside. We play inside out.
Yeah.
And I'm a very unselfish player. I will get you the ball. I want to know how you want the ball. And it's like, I really realize in order for us to be successful, every player around me has to be successful.
Right.
And that's how we ended up winning that first championship.
Are you still in touch with some of your teammates, your former teammates?
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not close with my teammates, but I'm in touch, and my teammates, we have love for each other. You know what I mean? Because everybody's from different states.
Yeah.
So you don't see each other that much. I ran into Nikki Teasley recently. Like, I love my teammates. We hug and talk, and like you don't miss a beat. You know what I mean? But probably my closest teammate was my college teammate, who we're still best friends today.
More or Less presented by Prizepicks, where you need to pick more or less on a couple of players to win real cash. Well, keeping up with women's basketball right now, of course, your team USC right now. You are?
Team USC?
Yeah.
Right on, yes.
What more would you want to see from them?
From the team? I feel like SC has done a great job. I think the chemistry of Juju getting like what Juju does, because she's so amazing. She's a phenomenal scorer. She gets in her bag, left, right. Like, her ability to score is unstoppable until it's stoppable.
Right.
And then she got to rely on her teammates.
Right.
The trust level there is getting better and better. And that's one of the things I think is tough for a player like her, because she's such a playmaker, ability to score. And sometimes when they get their backs to the wall, that's the hardest part when you're the star player, trusting who you want to give the ball to.
Right.
And then them trusting to give it back to her.
Right.
And sometimes those are the things that I see that happen. But I think over time, they'll continue to get better and better. And sometimes, I remember my coach told me once, Michael Cooper told me, he was like, my nickname is Smooth, by the way, on the court. So he'd say, Smooth, you can't get us to the playoffs and win it for us.
Yeah.
You're either going to get us to the playoffs, and then teams are going to make adjustments, which forces me to have to pass the ball and rely on my teammates for us to win the championship. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times what happens is the star player, because you stay with that style in the playoffs, people start to make these adjustments where they're like, anybody's going to beat us but you.
Yeah.
I think that's where SC struggles, because people are going to try to take everything away from Juju that they can. And she's going to have to rely on her other teammates to have them get going and get those points on the inside with Kiki, like really making sure that someone else is being a huge threat. And then they have to then in turn get the ball back out to her. Those are things that take time. And that's like championship level basketball, where you have to realize it switches. And sometimes the star of the team has to be the facilitator and get everyone else involved.
Thank you to our good friends at Prizepicks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Did you feel like you had any struggles or barriers like going through your WNBA career or season?
Yeah, you always have struggles and barriers. I think the biggest thing is just trying to defy the naysayers and listening to people telling us to get back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know,
because I didn't have social media though, so how would you guys see that?
Newspapers.
Yeah, okay. So this is the newspapers. Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy? You're like, oh, the dilapidated, the little black and white newspaper back in the day.
They used to talk crazy. They used to be talking crazy in the newspapers?
Yeah. Or you're like on the back page, the last page covered.
They used to tell you everything.
Yeah, but you're on the last page. Like, why would you be on the last page? We could win. Like, all kind of stuff, yeah. Or there was news, like there was newscasters that didn't want to cover us or being shady. Wow. But look at this. Even when you look at ESPN, like the fact that it's so simple that you can see a WNBA score easily, NBA score, unrivaled score. Why is that so hard? That took forever.
Yeah.
How about you cover both men and women's basketball professionally, college? Like, that wasn't always the way that you guys see it now. Women's basketball was not covered in college either. But professionalism is the key. Yeah. Right? How you show up to work. I've never been outworked in practice. Right. So I'm not a person who sit on the side. My teammates don't practice and I sit out. Yeah, no. I don't got my foot in the bucket because I'm like, my toe hurt because I had on heels last night. Yeah, no. So that's not me. Right. So I've never had a day where I've sat out of a practice because I was tired from something else.
Right.
I set my schedule up great.
Maximize them 24 hours.
Hey, let's go.
Okay.
So my thing is like, if I got a game tomorrow, I'm probably not going to go
Right.
the day before a game. But catch me after a game, I might not be back. Like, so my thing is about my schedule. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. We on a back-to-back. We on a back-to-back. Like my basketball came first.
Right. Exactly.
I was married to basketball. I mean, nobody would ever deny that.
Exactly.
But there's not an owner or a manager or a teammate that would ever say, I have put
The outside before.
social first.
Yeah.
They can say it, but it wouldn't be true.
It wasn't true. Or prove it. They can't even say
But I
it.
have gotten in trouble before.
Really?
Yeah.
What you do?
I was out before. I was on crutches though. I was on crutches.
You went to the club on crutches?
I didn't go to the club, but I went to the ESPYs on
okay.
crutches. And some people had a problem with that.
Yeah.
I'm not available to play though, but people had a problem with that. I remember some teammates having and saying something about it. But I'm like, bro, do you? Like why are you all in my life like this? All I know is I put points in the boards. I got points, rebounds, block shots, more than everybody every day.
And I'm going home and doing my own thing.
Yeah, so we don't have to live the same life in order for us to get this job done. So you got to stay confident in who you are.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, I would never sacrifice my teammates and my winning games and being professional ever. That I've never done.
Yeah.
But I did get in trouble for that, I remember. I say trouble just because people was talking, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the next day.
They was mad.
Yeah.
Angel was
They
doing
be
this.
hating.
Lisa was doing that outside.
Right. Yeah.
Like we can live both lives. It's okay.
Bro,
as long as I come back to
You
work
got
and
13
show.
rebounds? I'm like, who gonna check me?
Who's checking
like,
me?
what are we saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think you got to continue to do you. But again, team is, I feel like Shaq got in trouble for a lot of these types of things when he played. You know what I mean? Just DJing and doing all these things where it's like people felt like he wasn't focused.
Right.
But I mean,
Still.
he has rings, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you come to work. So we were in LA. LA is like, there's a lot going on. You know what I mean? There's probably a lot going on in Chicago.
There is
you gotta
a lot
pick
going
and
on in
choose what
Chicago.
you jump into and what you don't. But y'all got social media, so
Social media, they be posting everything. I be like, chill.
Your outfit gonna be in trouble. Like you
oh
got so
my
many options.
golly, can I live my life? I'm 22. Like,
I know.
Jeez.
See, that's why I be for you because you're 22.
like I'm literally 22.
Bro,
I'd be
that's so
like,
young.
I'm 22.
Thank God there wasn't social media when I was 22.
I wish I could have seen you outside.
Girl, oh my Lord. Thank you.
Reese's Pieces asks, and we are answering. The next Ask Me Anything segment is sponsored by Reese's. What's some advice you would give to the players going into the draft this year?
Oh wow, the draft for the WNBA is amazing.
Yeah.
Like this draft class. I thought your class was amazing. Your class was amazing too because you guys are like changed the game. So you're game changers. But this new class, I feel like will have an impact. First and second round players. Like there's a lot of good players. It's going to be interesting to see how Paige does in Dallas.
Yeah.
Satu decided to leave. So it's going to be
agency
interesting.
popping right now.
Huh?
Free agency is popping right now.
That's everything. It's going to be interesting to see what happens down there in Dallas. I think Indiana obviously just got so much stronger.
They did, yeah.
Which they're trying to be contenders like now.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be really interesting. Did Kelsey Mitchell end up staying?
Yes.
Wow, so she ended up staying, huh? Yeah, that's
They're
a
gonna be
tough one.
good.
That's tough. And then I feel like New York is still strong,
Yeah.
right? They're the defending champs. I don't know if they've added any more to their roster, but they're really strong. I think LA is going to be interesting with the picks too because Olivia
know.
Miles is.
We're trying to get her.
I know, but she might
know.
up that stock. She might end up at 2 now.
I know.
So LA has 2 though, right?
Seattle has 2 now.
Oh, Seattle has 2. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Seattle. So she
Seattle.
might end up, especially with Jewel being gone.
I know, and the correlation with Skylar
And then you have what's her name? Something Citron, right?
Citron, yeah, Sonya.
So she's at it. So you guys might end up with her.
One of the 2, yeah.
Yeah,
Get
which could be helpful. I mean, you guys are solid in your bigs.
Yeah.
You guys are missing a guard.
We got,
I love WNBA.
And we just got Sloot, so
And you guys got Sloot back.
yes.
So that would be nice. I guess you've been trying to get Ka back. That ain't gonna work.
Trust me, it's coming though.
That might be
Probably a
interesting.
copper.
Get her back home, huh?
We're going to get her back.
I think the WNBA is so outstanding. And then they got the Valkyries with all the the new team, and you got Money Martin heading up there.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. I'm excited. And then you see there's expansion teams coming. People getting bids. Detroit got a bid.
The people want to know, though, will you ever be a head coach for a WNBA team?
You know what? I'm going to say this for the first time. I put my name in a hat to coach this year for 2 teams, all the way down to the end. I won't say who those 2 teams are, but I did not get
the job.
Picked. And I felt like I would never make another attempt to go into coaching.
Really?
In the WNBA, yes. Because, you know, it's like you got to be 10 times as great as a Black woman in this industry.
There's only one left, I think. One left.
When I tell you that who these people hired is not better than me and what I could do for this team and players. But it's okay because I, again, am a very much that what's for you is for you.
Yes.
And that's not for me, and I'm okay with that. Period. So I will never attempt to coach in the WNBA again. Period. I moved on, and I got new contracts.
Paper's still coming.
Let's go.
Aside from Reese's Pieces, check out the Reese's Chocolate Lava Big Cup. The perfect combination of creamy milk chocolate combined with delicious peanut butter and the ooey gooey chocolate filling. But you're like Superwoman. You do it all. Now that you like are tapped into like broadcasting. Well, you did acting when you were in you did the Simpsons thing.
Yeah,
and you
I did a
Think
lot
Like a
of
Man.
acting because I was in LA. I did Tia and Tamir. What was it called? What was that called?
Tia and Tamir?
Was it called Sister?
Sisters, yeah.
I did Sister.
Did you like that?
Martin. Oh, yeah. I love acting.
Oh, yeah, Martin. That was a good one. I like that.
I feel like acting is the closest you get to basketball.
Yeah.
When you're done playing. But you could, I mean, even while you're playing, I feel like it's like, because it's between 2 people, like that emotion of connection to me is amazing. But actors, I give them so much credit. I have so many amazing friends that are actors and actresses that, I mean, they've honed their craft in a way that is just like us in basketball. Like they're amazing. So, I mean, I don't try to act like I'm like this such amazing actress, but I feel like Uncle Drew came out fire though. I don't know what y'all think.
Uncle Drew was good.
Uncle Drew was good.
But those are long days.
Oh, it is.
Those are long days. People don't understand the work that you put in, like
3 a.m., 4 a.m. Plus we had on
prosthetics,
which took about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Luckily, we only did our faces. We didn't do like our hands and things like that. So, I love acting though.
Did you enjoy your shoot day with McDonald's?
The shoot day with McDonald's was so cute.
It was fun.
First of all, it was adorable. The set was so cute.
I know. I can't wait till it comes out.
It's going to be so cute.
It comes out this weekend.
Wait, the 10th?
That's this week or Monday?
No.
That's Monday.
The 10th is Tuesday, huh?
The 9th is Sunday, the Super Bowl. 10th is Monday.
Come out on Monday?
You ready?
We got to put some social stuff out, right?
Cheers. Since we on it, we got Olipop here. The low sugar, full of flavor. What's something?
Let's go, Olipop.
What's something that you want to pop it off about?
Papa.
What's tea? What you got to say to the camera? Clock
What's
that
my
tea.
tea. What am I popping off about?
What you popping off about?
You know what I'm popping off about? These people on Twitter.
What they got to say?
Why are they so negative? And like, if your name, you know, you could tweet something like, "Congratulations, Angel, on McDonald's, Reese special." The hate that comes through I could tweet one thing and it's like, people, what deep, dead ocean are y'all living in that you just say such hateful things on social media? Like, I don't understand how we got here.
There is some angry people out there.
I mean, it's beyond anger. It's dangerously, I had no idea you guys experienced the danger and the words that people say. Like, you got to really almost stay off social media. Like, you can't even flip through and read what people have to say.
No, people are crazy.
I can't even believe you guys deal with that. So I'm popping off about y'all need to calm down in the comments.
Lord. Y'all need to see the Lord.
Yes, like
see the Lord.
What is wrong with people's spirit? I don't know, but it's terrible. My name, I've really never had like negative. Maybe there's one time I said something, but not often, not enough to really like feel some kind of way about people. But the more, if I say a compliment to you, girl, or a compliment to Caitlin, I'm like, what is wrong with people? I don't even understand. The hate is so real.
Poppin Off. They got low
So
sugar.
that's what I'm popping up about. Y'all need to calm down.
Y'all need to get it together.
Yes, like pray.
Y'all need to pray.
Okay, I'm done. Done venting.
Okay, the last thing we do is we give our flower. We have a giving flowers segment. Is there a woman in your life that you would love to give your flowers to?
To a woman, you know what? Normally I give my flowers to my mom because she's so amazing. But I'm gonna give my flowers to my sister. Because that's my girl.
She here.
That's my girl. To my
She
sister
here.
Tiffany.
What you got to say to her?
I'm gonna give my flowers to my sister Tiffany because she is such an amazing person. I like really love her, and she's like my best friend, but she's also my sister. And I'm gonna give my flowers to her because her birthday is February 7th, and her birthday's coming up.
What you
Happy
doing?
Birthday.
You turning up?
She's gonna come to Unrivaled with me.
Hopefully I don't get ejected.
I know. Don't get ejected. Yeah, she's an amazing mother, and I just love her, and she's just so positive, and she's you know what it is? She's the same every day. I really appreciate consistency from people.
That.
Like, I don't have to like figure out if I go, hey girl, hey, and if she don't say that back, I'm like, what's wrong? And then I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, we just vibe in a way that's like, I really appreciate having a sister that is so amazing and supportive of me. And she took care of me because I was sick,
You was
girl.
sick. I'm
My
like,
girl
what's
was in
going
there
on?
with the ginger and the turmeric.
She had her mask on. I'm like,
yeah, girl, I got so sick. I had the flu, but I'm okay, y'all. I really am.
She good.
I took my stuff. I'm like good.
so you back because they've been waiting for you. They were like, I'm rival. Like, I need to see
people
Lisa.
been really
They be like,
tweeting,
where's
like-
Lisa? Where's Lisa?
I can't stand when they don't know the names of everybody else. Like, and you know what, girl? These people have been talking about me and saying the boom boom room. Let me just say this on here.
They want to know what the boom boom room is.
So what happened was, you know, I just be thinking I'm half rapper when I be doing like the broadcast because I have so much fun. Like, I really love it, but I feel like it shouldn't just be so like stiff, like, because it's Unrivaled. Like, Unrivaled is like special
Fun.
and it's fun, right? So I thought I'd say, let me just think of some words. Let me come up with some words. So I'm like, okay, the big girls is in the paint. They in the boom boom room, right? So I'm like, I got excited because I was like, so people was texting me and tweeting me like, girl, we cracking up. We love the boom boom room, right? So I'm like, yeah, the big girls are in the paint. Girl, come to find out, the millennial. What's the next group after the millennials? What is it? Is it the A's? Like, I don't know where we are.
They ain't like that.
Y, Z, A's. Girl, they didn't change the boom boom room to mean like an
Something
orgy
else.
or something crazy. So then the producer came to me. He was like, oh, wait.
You can't say that.
I think you may not know what the boom boom room means. And I'm like, I don't know what the boom boom room is. What are you talking about? It was in Uncle Drew. Like, the boom boom room was like where it goes down.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, these new kids and changed it to something that I had no idea. And they were like, well, we probably
Can't say the boom boom room
probably
anymore.
can't say the boom boom room. I'm like, what? But this is what the people want. So, girl, the boom boom room is on.
It's okay. I'm using that in the caption next time I post.
Girl, you in the
We in
post.
a boom
It's like, we in a
boom
boom.
room.
Like, this is where it's going down. Girl, I would start trending on the boom boom room. Half the people was like, does she know what that means? Other half people was like, oh, we love it. Yeah, it's from the movies. So we got a generational problem going on right now. I'm gonna leave it alone. I gotta come up with something else.
We gotta get
y'all
something
be in
else.
the paint banging.
In the boom boom room.
In the boom boom room. All right, my bad. I ain't gonna say it no more.
Well, thank you for coming on. I'm super excited for the launch of this. It's going to be super exciting.
Shout out to McDonald's.
Shout out to McDonald's.
Because listen, basketball has gone way back with McDonald's, way back.
Yes.
They've supported us, supported NBA, WNBA. We appreciate them stepping up, supporting the new Angel Reese special.
Yes.
It's a blessing.
The McDonald's All-American Games. Yes, that too.
McDonald's All-American
They go all
Games,
the way back from there.
For sure.
Yes.
So that's a blessing.
Shout out to McDonald's. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Unapologetically Angel. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, and make sure y'all go get y'all Angel Reese special, and make sure y'all watch all the commercials and everything that's coming out soon with all of my favorite friends.
Yes. And tweet nice things.
Nice
or don't say
things.
nothing at all. Deuces.